Welcome back everyone, thanks for tuning in for another video review, and today we are checking out the Gentle Giant Spider-Man mini bust. Now this is one that it's been pretty difficult to find at a good price. I was recently able to pick it up at a really good price. I know there aren't too many Spider-Man theme mini busts out in the market anymore, and especially Gentle Giant, they haven't really been keeping up with the Marvel theme anymore, but hopefully with the new movies coming out we will get a Tom Holland version of the Spider-Man mini bust. But either way, this is a fantastic piece. I'm happy to finally have it. I've now been trying to look for the Venom and Green Goblin mini busts. I know the Venom zombie version is pretty abundant out there, but the other two, the regular versions, are pretty difficult to find, as well as the Mysterio, I believe. I wasn't sure if they made a regular one actually, now that I think about it, but I do know they have a Mysterio zombie version. But either way, Venom and Green Goblin are two of my favorite villains from the Spider-Man universe, so hopefully I'll be able to add those sometime soon. But without further ado, let's take a closer look at this mini bust, and let's get started with the packaging as we usually do. So as you can see, this is a somewhat older piece. This bust is actually from 2013, so it's not too much older, but you know, they do kind of capture the essence of the Amazing Spider-Man look to it, not so much the, I guess, the Peter Parker we saw in the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies directed by Sam Raimi. But you know what, this is still a classic depiction of Spider-Man. It's a great looking piece, and the box is actually pretty different than what we usually get as well, but it is pretty nice as well. Taking a look at the back, we have an image of the bust as well, and I'll go ahead and zoom in, and you guys can pause if you'd like to read that, and then you can pause again to read that portion. So as usual, we do have these numbered that come with the certificate of authenticity. This one is number 143 out of 1200, so pretty good size edition we have here. And just taking a closer look as well, everything is just beautifully painted on this. The red isn't too bright, it's almost like a, I don't want to say a burgundy, but it's kind of a darker red, which is really nice, and they did a good job on the lines, capturing all the paint in between, like the web throughout the suit. And you can see that as well here on the hands. Get a closer look on that, getting his classic spider pose, or web shooting pose I should say. And this has to be one of my absolute favorite pieces. I know I kind of say that a lot with Gentle Giant pieces, but they just did such a great job capturing all the muscles and the tone and definition, and you can clearly see the suit stretching, you know, depending on, or you know, how he's moving on this pose. And there's another angle for you there. And I kind of find it interesting with the eyes too. They didn't really do it just a blank white look. It kind of has the, how do you say, like a shadowy, almost like raccoon-like on the edges here. I'm not sure if we've ever seen that before in an actual Spider-Man suit or for the lenses. And it's not like a mistake, because the box art does show that as well. But it is kind of interesting, kind of gives it a more menacing look for the eyes, as you know, that is really where we see a lot of his facial expression, kind of similar to Deadpool, with the eyes changing to whatever expression he's giving. So take a closer look at the front too. We have the Spider logo in the front, and as you saw earlier on the back, I've never actually been a fan of this Spider-Man logo. It's kind of interesting, and I don't think it does go well with the logo on the front, but you know, it is Spider-Man, so that is one of his logos. I guess here kind of works well with how much blue there is to cover up the blue space and kind of contrast with the red logo. But you know, we mostly look at the front anyway, so that does look good. And then taking a look at the bottom as well, again, it's the 143 out of 1200. And there we have it, folks. That's a quick look at the Spider-Man mini bust from 2013. If you are a Spider-Man fan, I highly recommend you picking up this mini bust. It's a really great piece, fantastic detail, just simple, and Spider-Man, you know, there's not much to him, but Gentle Giant has done a great job capturing all the detail. Thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next video review.